Hello, this is the 927 with a fake Laurel and Hardy of Disney. Sit back, watch, have some, and take it with you.
Wow. It's amazing what we get from complete strangers here at the park.
Right? Especially the homeless looking ones.
You're touching me inappropriately right there.
Yes. Have some.
Oh man, it just never gets old, my friend. Every time.
Every time.
How are you doing, my friend?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
You know what?
I've been better too.
We're both 0-1 to start the MLB season, so way to go. Way to start that off.
The Cardinals haven't played yet, and the Pirates got beat. So
the Cardinals actually are winning 9-7 late, and the Brewers won. So we're already a game back. We're a game back. We're a game back. So
what about the Brewers? You know what the Brewers are doing?
Brewers spanked the White Sox like 14-2 or something.
Well, it's the White Sox, so no one really is that upset about that. So.
We lost the Walgreens earlier today, and so
you mean Wilson Sports?
Yeah, or Wilson Sports. There it is.
What else with Walmart?
Well, I'll tell you this. I know it's the start of MLB, which is an exciting time.
It is.
Normally, you would think we'd have a show on MLB tonight, but we're talking wrestling tonight, and I'm so pumped for this. We got some great guests coming in here to talk about their business, and I can't wait to get them on screen here to get started with them. But I'm telling you, for all those that are out there, please make sure you hit that like button for us. If you're new to the channel, think about subscribing. And do your thing. I want to thank the mods for already being here tonight to keep an eye on things for us. So we always greatly appreciate that. And we're going to get started right away here. But at the same time, Cakes, let's have some fun with the chat here really quick. Let's welcome everybody in, and we will get to our guests.
Why do you do this to me every week? Okay.
Jamie and Renee behind the scenes. You're going to need about 10. You got 10 minutes of clearance.
For crying out loud.
10 minutes, okay?
There's
so
not
just
that many people here yet. So. Hi, Teresa. Hey, Francisco. Queen Dorina. George, good to see you. Because I have to go fast because I'm not allowed to go slow anymore because Kenny's anyway. Reading the tower. me. Let's see. Freedom Alley. Good to see you, man. Welcome in. Marla, hello.
Hello.
Jen, Lily's mom, is here. Zippity Doo Doug. What's up, Dougie Poo? Mike Beachman, good to see you, man. Debbie Bernfeld, welcome, dear. Thank you for being here. Debbie
Hello,
Cook,
Debbie.
good to see you too. All the people in blue. Beachman, already talked to you. Debbie and Jen and Scott. Hey, Scott, how are you? Good to see you.
Oh, no. My brother Scott's in house, everyone.
Oh, no. Don't say it like that. We need all the viewers we can, man.
Yeah, that's right. Youper in house. Thanks for coming, Scott.
Take all those Youpers. It's okay.
That's right. I'm waiting for you,
Nick. What's up, brother?
Hello.
Jason Thibodeau, good to see you. Hello, Gloria, and I'm assuming she's somewhere near. Millie, good to see you. The Curtis family, what's up, Chris? The Tigers. I mean, you are misguided, you sir. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh man.
Jolly Jen Molly, good to see you.
Absolutely.
Hope you're feeling better.
Yes.
Jacob Farnsworth, OH.
N-O.
You hush it.
Okay. Just finish it.
Hi, Paige.
Hello, Paige.
There's Gloria. Like I said, I knew she wasn't going to be far behind. And I think that's everybody right now.
Awesome.
You come in after the greeting? Hi.
That's it. We'll talk to you later. So there you go. Absolutely. Awesome. Well, like I said earlier, Cakes, you know what? I'm so happy that we have two guests here tonight with us that I'm so pumped to talk to.
Yes.
About their business that they're doing down here in Florida. Literally, it's 5 minutes away from my house, which is even better. They do a lot of great things over there. And being a wrestling fan, growing up a wrestling fan, I know you watched your share of wrestling growing up too. And still to this day, we always catching those pay-per-view, or I shouldn't call them pay-per-views anymore.
Well, we all know what you mean. Pay-per-view.
Yeah, you got to watch them on some streaming service and pay for it. But yes, so same thing. But and you know what? I again, to have this conversation.
Hi, Lily.
Tonight. Hello.
Sorry.
There's Lily. Sorry, I better say hi to Lily. She'll
just
never let
jumped
me
in.
know. So, but anyways, without further ado, we are going to bring in the owners of what their business is called, the House of Champions. We're going to bring in Jamie Stanley and his wife Renee, and we're going to talk about their business. We're going to talk about his wrestling career. We're going to talk about a lot of fun stuff here tonight with regards to wrestling that I am so pumped to ask because there's so much things that I would always want to know behind the scenes, and I think Jamie's going to be able to fill me in here a little bit, you know. So without further ado, everyone, let's bring in Jamie and let's bring in Renee, our guest here tonight, and give them a big warm welcome, okay? And there they are, everybody. So there it is. Jamie and Renee, first off, thank you for joining us tonight. We're so happy to have you here. How are you guys doing?
Doing great.
Doing great. Very excited to be on the show. Thanks for having us.
No, absolutely. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming in. Yeah.
I want to point this out. Renee, a cousin of mine, also a Youper right here. Okay. So also a Youper. That's right. She grew up 5 minutes away from where Jenny and I basically grew up.
It's spreading.
You know what we talked about the other day, Renee? You can leave the UP, but the UP never leaves you, right? You know, so.
I agree. I'd love to know if you agree with that.
I'm just surprised that they let Upers out of the UP
Oh my
into
goodness.
normal.
Here we go. So let me start with
I
this.
knew I liked him.
Yeah, I knew it. Yeah, there. So let me
Here we
start with this because I promised I'd ask this question, and I told Renee I was going to do this because she was sort of sharing it with me, but I want to hear it from Jamie now. So the first time you went to the UP, Jamie, okay, give me your reactions of what the heck you walked into there, okay?
Oh my goodness. So the first time I went to the UP,
Uh-oh.
Oh, what happened here?
It's all
Sorry
right.
about that.
Hang on.
Technical
Okay.
difficulty.
Sorry about that, Jamie.
I touched buttons again.
they didn't want me to tell the story, but I'm going to tell it.
No, I want to hear it. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry about
So the first time I went to the UP, I'm pretty sure.
While you were dating me, because you went before you knew me, right?
Well, I met you the first time that I went there.
Oh.
Actually,
Wow.
that was the second time. I'd been there
Second
before.
time. I thought you'd been there once.
I've
Okay.
been there once, just for a short football trip. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I heard banjos playing in the distance. A
we go.
very, very peculiar amount of horses and buggies. There's a shortage of chairs, oddly enough, which is weird. But yeah, so the first time, are we telling the story of how we met? Is that what we're...
No, tell him the off-road story. I
Okay,
think
yeah.
that's what he wants.
So in Renee's in y'all's hometown, obviously they have the off-road races in the summer, which is a big event where
It's the only thing we're known for.
thousands of people come from all over. It's an entire weekend full of racing and mobile homes and drinking and all sorts of crazy shenanigans. So we watched the racing, and then everybody knows at the end of the night it's the top of the hill.
Yeah, it's like the pre-party before the races. The
the night
Lions
before.
Club does. It's Scott's. Your brother knows all about this. He was in
Oh,
it.
yes. Oh,
They
yes.
put on this
Absolutely.
big party for the townies.
Yeah.
Before
Yeah, and so I got to meet all of Renee's friends and family.
I know the chairman. He is the free.
Got to meet everybody, and so basically everybody that Renee introduced me to, she's like, "This is my first cousin. This is my second cousin. This is my third cousin." And I was like, "Okay, so everybody here's your cousin." And so there was another one of her friends that came from the Lower Peninsula of Michigan, and I was like, "All right, this is back when I was drinking. This before I stopped drinking. This might be the reason I stopped drinking, actually." So we said, "Okay, we're gonna play a game. Every time that we meet one of Renee's cousins, we're gonna take a shot." And
Oh, my Lord.
so we had to stop halfway through because we're gonna die because everybody up there is Renee's cousin. So needless to say, it was a family affair, a lot of fun. But man, y'all are related. All of y'all are related up there.
Yeah, well, that's the crazy thing. Yeah, we're related to, her great grandpa and my grandpa. Was that what it was? Great grandpa, right? Yeah. So
My great grandpa. You're right. Yes.
yeah, and my grandpa were brothers. So yes, so that's how we go. So
Which is crazy because sometimes I forget what my great grandpa's name even is, let alone who his cousin was or brother was, and how that relates to me today. So you guys are very intricate. In
I
your family
really
tree.
truly feel like up there, like instead of like checking, like you would check the phone book back then. Like if you go to date somebody, you'd have to like pull the family tree out just to make sure. Like true story. The guy I dated before you in high school, he came to my family reunion once and he was like, we had to stop. He's like, "I'm related to those people." And I was like, "We need to talk about this." We're not related. It was through
That's
marriage.
why I always said the UP line. Like, you guys, if you've never, I don't know if you've seen the movie Spaceballs or not, right? And then they do that line in there. That's a UP line. You know, I am your father's brother's cousin's nephew's former roommate. That's the UP. You know, everybody knows everybody. And Renee, I know you back me up on this one because I say the great thing about growing up in a small community is, you know, you don't deal with the crime and all that craziness of, you know, big city life and all this other stuff. But I always said, when you did something wrong in a small town, the whole town will know about it. You know what I'm saying? So,
I don't mean to like just go into like story after my childhood.
that's okay.
But like, I remember my best friend who lived on D Road, the road you grew up on. We were like 14, and her mom was like, go down to the store and get us something in the van. So we don't have our license, so we drove the car down, and we have the it sounds so ridiculous. We have the railroad tracks there right by Adam's store, and the lights were coming on, but we knew the train was a mile away, so we we went through the lights and we went home. By the time we got back to the house, she walked in. The mom was staring at us like, "What? Like, what'd you guys do?" We're like, "What?" She goes, "Why did you chase the train? Or why did you race the train?" You know that we just did it. Yes.
Well, that's the crazy thing. Like, if you got pulled over for speeding, everybody in the UP has a police. What do you call it? The
scanner.
Monitor.
The
Yeah,
scanner.
yeah. They have the police scanners at home. Oh, and then. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, Tom, do you know your son just got pulled over for speeding? I mean, he knew before I got home, you know. So it was just,
I'm glad my town wasn't that small.
No,
I had a lot more trouble as a kid.
And I shared this story, you know, Renee, we went to Bark River Harris, you know, schools, and the elementary, middle, and high school is all one building. You know, we average about 40 to 50 kids per class. It's bigger now because of what they're doing, but when we were there, you know, you had about 50 kids per class, so everything was together. The first memory I have of Renee, I was a senior in high school. She was in kindergarten, you know, and I was an aide for the gym teacher while she was in her kindergarten gym class. This girl can play dodgeball. That's what I'm going to tell you, man. She was wiping boys out like there was no business. You know what I'm saying? I was like, good Lord, Renee. So Jamie, be careful, my friend. That's all I'm going to tell you, you know? So
I've had inanimate objects thrown at me plenty of times.
Awesome.
Flipped on your feet with this one.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I'm going to tell you this. I'll leave it with this. If you've never been to the UP, go. Just because you have all these stories to tell when you come back, you know? So there it is. But in all honesty, I love the summer. I love the fall up there. I miss it. I've been down here over 20 some years now, you know, and I still miss the summer and the falls up there in the UP. So that's winters, not so much. So there it is. But
I was just say, I still live north, and I don't miss the winters.
yes.
Yeah.
Right. So let me peel off to this now. So let's talk about the House of Champions a little bit. The House of Champions Training Center, which you guys have started down here, literally right down the road. You know, how did it come to be? What gave you the idea to try this? And basically, you know, how long have you been doing it now? And just give us a background of where it started, where it came with the concept, where it's been, and where it's going. How's that sound?
Yeah, so it'll be 3 years in May, which is insanity that we've been doing it for this long. I mean, owning a business, it feels like it's been 3 days, but also 3 decades at the same time. You know what I mean? It's
right.
It's kind of weird like that. But I've been wrestling. This is year number 9 for me. And never thought that I would own, first of all, I never thought that I would be a wrestling trainer, let alone own a school that specializes in training. Renee and I had always kind of talked about like opening up a gym for like just going out and working out, but it wasn't wrestling specific. But, you know, one thing kind of led to another, and God kind of opened up the door for us to, well, he closed a lot of doors to make it so it was pretty cut and dry clear that he wanted us to open up something that was wrestling specific, you know, based on, you know, what type of facilities were available and the timing and, you know, just things like that, things that kind of fell into our lap. It was like, well, I guess we're going to follow this breadcrumb, you know, which led to the next one. And, you know, here we are, you know, 3 years later, and, you know, we've got over 100 members between the kids and the adults, which is a huge blessing. But yeah, not only did we not think that we would have a pro wrestling school, but one that's been this successful. It's been insane.
Yeah. I mean, you summarized everything. I don't think I have much more to add other than just saying it fast, like really fast. We started looking for buildings in January of 2023, and we officially took, like, the business started. We didn't open the doors right then, but the business started April 1st of 2023. So it was very fast and furious. And when God wants something to happen, he's going to make it happen.
Right. Absolutely. And I just want to point out, I did help hang some banners in the new business. So that was fun. So
they're still
like
up there.
They're still up
have
there.
not fallen.
they did a good job. All right, Jamie, we didn't, my wife will be the first to tell you I'm not mechanically inclined at all. So I'm so happy that they never came down. So we did a good job. So,
No, I mean you were there before it opened, before it was cool. You're an OG from day one, man. So they can't take that
there
away.
it is. So before we talk about your students here a little bit and the things that you do, I want to bring up your logo here really quick. Okay, so let's bring this up and sort of tell everyone, how did you come about with the logo for your business here? Because I've heard the story already, but I would love to hear it again so everyone knows, because I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I'm like curious which story you heard. I'm hoping it's the same one I'm about to tell. So I do marketing. Like, I'm a corporate marketer. I've been doing marketing for over a decade. So I do all the marketing for the business, obviously. And this is the Lion of Judah. So like, we are a very outright Christian-based company. And we always knew we wanted the icon to be some form of the Lion of Judah. Now, if the whole logo is not here, but if it had like the House of Champions on the bottom,
right.
Really like the vibe was, or like the ask of what we wanted to achieve was something that was modern, bold, but had a lot of personality as well. Like I wanted a little like graffiti inspired, like just by like why you have the bold, sharp edges without being graffiti. And I wanted it to be something that when somebody saw it on your shirt, when they saw it like on a shirt, they wanted to wear it even if they didn't know what it was. They're like, I don't even know what company that is, but it looks cool. So the foundation of it is like it's the Lion of Judah.
That's awesome.
Very cool.
Awesome. It doesn't look like a Detroit Lions logo, so I'm gonna love it. You know what I'm saying? So
it would never look like a Detroit Lions logo.
No, we want it to be a successful school, so we would never do that.
Coming from a Lions fan, by the way, just saying.
Well, Jamie, you know what? You're not the only house divided. My wife's a big Lions fan too, so I gotta, we gotta deal with that too. So
yeah, it's bittersweet. It's tough.
I'm a Bengals fan, man. You guys got nothing on us. Well, we have been to the Super Bowl a couple times. We haven't won it, but at least we've been.
Yeah, so we've never even done that. So you better count your blessings.
Yeah, we kind of got you, I guess.
Just for you, just for you, Renee. That's Jen right there. Ouch.
That's
what we say every time the Lions play. Ouch.
Ouch. It's awesome. Okay, well, to dive a little bit deeper into your business here a little bit, I know you have, you guys are running things, but I know you have specific trainers that you've hired to help out with the training and stuff like that. And just sort of give us a background of how you found these people to say, hey, we're starting this business. We'd like you to help be a trainer for these future, we'll say future wrestlers or people that just want to know how to wrestle. Or maybe it's just as simple as it's a great workout routine. Because I don't know how everyone signs up in that sense, but at the same time, I have some footage to show later. I was in the ring for 5 minutes and I felt it, so I don't know what these guys are going through every day, but at the same time, just give us a background of some of your employees a little bit and what they do with your students.
Yeah. So our head coach, Keikoa, has been with us since before day one. I believe you met him.
Yes.
Yeah. So he was a friend of mine from wrestling. I met him in 2020. So I knew him a few years before we started the Hawk, and he actually wasn't our original choice. I had another friend that was one of my trainers that was originally supposed to come and be the head trainer, but unfortunately, circumstances led him to not be able to, and so we were scrambling, man, months probably before. I think we already had the facility. And we were getting ready to open up, and then unfortunately he had to back out. So Keikoa was our second choice, not because he was inferior or anything, but just because he wasn't, my trainer like the other guy was. But we're very, very glad we had him and his wife over, and we're like, "Do you want to be the trainer?" And he kind of slow played it because he had to go talk to his wife and things like that. But you could tell that he was like, "Yep, sign me up," because he saw the facility, he saw the plan that we had, things like that, and he was already on board before we asked him. So
and he had a school up in Pennsylvania before he moved here as well. So like he wasn't a stranger to being a coach, and he is just like made to be a coach. He teaches incredibly well. He's very patient. And he just loves passing on the knowledge.
Yeah, and he's so. I think it's helped us out in the long run. Nothing against the original guy that we had, but I think he's been such a better fit for the Hawk and just the culture. The first gentleman was kind of a bigger name in the industry, which is good, and it has name recognition and brand value and stuff like that. But I think the fact that Keikoa wasn't as widely known as the first guy, it was kind of like, let the training speak for itself instead of like, oh, we got a big name coming in here, like that type of thing. So I think that, it's obviously grown his brand and his stock being the head trainer, but also I think that it's kind of, it's a committee or, an ensemble cast of people that have made the Hawk so big instead of like rallying around this one, quote unquote celebrity.
Right.
So I think it's helped out.
We've always felt like the underdog, right? And like the ones that had to like earn everything, and it's served us well.
So before you go on to talk about the rest, I like I said, I did get to meet Keikoa once, and I follow you guys, on your website and your Facebook page and stuff like that. Has he ever cracked a smile? Can I ask that question?
I'll have to ask him. I don't know if I've seen it.
Does he have teeth? Because I don't think he does. I've never seen it.
That's so funny to me because I only ever see him smile. But now I'm like thinking of like all of the places you would have seen him, and I guess he's real serious.
Yeah, right, exactly. So, but no, I did get to meet him. Very cool guy, and like I said, I don't know anything and everything about how he's doing things and stuff like that. But from what you just said, yeah, I'm so happy that you guys got him in there because I think it's been a great success for you. Absolutely. So, but so now we talked about Keikoa and as a trainer and what you guys are doing. When someone wants to sign up to come to the House of Champions, what kind of verbiage, what kind of stuff are you giving them to basically say this is why you're coming here and this is what we're going to do? Is there different programs for different people, or is it just the same program basically for everybody to try and get into the wrestling world? If that makes sense.
It's basically the same program, but we have a lot of members that started day one in the ring with us. But we also have a lot of members that have had previous training and maybe even have had matches before. So I think the only difference would be in like where they're at in their experience. But they both get the same experience pretty much when they're at the Hawk. So that's really the only thing that's different between the two. But our biggest selling point, one of them is our facility. We have a state-of-the-art facility. Unfortunately, 99% of pro wrestling schools are in, storage facilities or broken down pole barns, warehouses where the ring barely fits into the facility. Thinking they're dirty and it's not a place where you'd want to, take your kids or your significant other, things like that. And so we really pride ourselves on not only having a state-of-the-art facility that's clean, but also kind of one-stop shop. There's a gym in there. We have a recovery area with a cold plunge and a sauna. We have supplements there, protein, like that type of stuff. We have meal prep, all the things that I wish basically that I would have had when I broke into the business. It's one-stop shopping because like you can get all your stuff in there. And we have a lot of members that, go there in the morning and they stay there until training at night because they have everything that they need there. So
right. That's cool, right?
I
would say you brought up the cold plunge, and I will say this: I would pay every dollar that I have to see Cakes take a cold plunge. That's what I would tell you. So it was.
Well, next time you're in Orlando,
Cakes comes down a couple times a year. I'm gonna have to bring him over and say, "Get in that tub, man." That is. I saw, and I'm not brave enough. I wasn't brave enough to get into it, but the time I was there helping you guys, one of you, I can't remember who it was. Someone took that cold plunge.
Listen, if you want good content.
Yes.
Come on.
I will tell you that every single person that they've done it for the first time that I've coached, I've had them do it for 4 minutes, no problem. So,
oh boy, 4 minutes. That might feel like an hour to me. I'm not sure.
Don't let him fool you. It is the worst 4 minutes of your life.
There's a way to do it. There's a technique. You have to control your breathing. You have to get in the right mindset. And I've been doing it for 5 years now, and I never look forward to it. What I mean? Like, when it's time to jump in, my to-do list becomes very long. I'm like, you know what? I should probably go clean out my car. I should probably do my taxes. Like, I don't have time
Yeah.
for this.
Yeah.
So,
I've walked by that thing.
in Ohio. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
right.
I've walked by that tub a few times, and all I heard was the theme music from Halloween in the background as I'm walking by it. That's so that's why it's it's great. So now I know we talked about this. You do all ages, right? I mean, we got kids and we've got full grown adults, and I know you want to talk about an event you have coming up for the kids too. So let's talk about that first, okay? So it's let's talk about the age levels that you start with, basically what they do, and then actually talk about the event that you have coming up.
Yeah. So when we first started, obviously it was just an adult school. And it's still the biggest part of our school is the adult program. But ever since we started, we had, cause we do live shows, a lot of the community comes in all the time and they're like, hey, do you have kids programs? And we started getting more and more questions online. Do you have kids programs? Do you have kids programs? To which we continually said no. Mainly because of bandwidth and like we're still working, like we were working full-time jobs. I still am at the time. Like, I don't know that we can take that on. And then also my lawyer and my insurance guy didn't love the idea as well. So finally it just got to a point where we were being asked so many times, and Nick was wrestling for a promotion in Texas for a little bit where they had one. I was like, okay, let's just like set up a meeting and ask how they do it and see how it goes for them, how big of a risk this is actually going to be. The meeting went great. He made it seem super simple. I'm not going to say it is super simple, but he eased a lot of our worries about it. So we were like, all right, well, let's plan a camp. So we planned a Christmas camp, which would have been last Christmas, not this one, but the one prior. 2024. And it's the week right between Christmas and it's like the New Year's week where the kids are like all sugared up and exhausted, but not back in school yet. So like our shtick was like, hey, we'll take them. Like come let us run it out in the ring.
I love it.
And it was like our test to see how it would go. And this week it blew our minds. It was one of the most successful weeks we had and one of the most rewarding weeks we had. So that kind of was how the kids program was born. So the kids program is for ages 8 through 15. We've had a few select 7-year-olds come in. We leave it up to parent discretion. We get a lot of questions. Can my 7-year-old come in? You're like, well, just email me. We can talk about it. So we do camp still. So we do spring break camp, we do summer camp, and we do the Christmas camp. And we also do classes throughout the week. So we have I think 8 to 10 classes a week they can pick from based on what membership you're on. You just pick whichever class that you want. But yeah, the big one that we're coming up on is we did 5 weeks of summer camp last year. We are doing all 8 weeks this summer. And it is live, and every week has its own unique theme, like Austin 316 week, heel week.
Nice. I love it. I love it.
So there's
cool.
30 spots per week. We're highly anticipating that it will sell out. So we're excited. It's going to be a busy summer.
Awesome. That sounds like fun.
I just want to point out that Jen is putting the links for all this stuff in the chat as we're doing it. You can go to their website. You can she put the link there for the camp. She's putting the link for Instagram. Anything that you guys have any questions on, that's the place to go. If there's anyone local that has anybody interested or you want to share with family members that might be local that maybe they'd be interested in, with their kids or themselves, check this stuff out, people. So it's a great thing.
And it's wild. Like the after school classes or like the classes, you obviously have to be local. Right. We have so many people travel in for the camps. So spring break camp, we had someone from Austin, Texas that flew in. We had a South Carolina. We have a set of twins that fly down from, I think they're in Jersey. I know they're in the New York area. They came down for Christmas. They're coming down again for summer. We have someone coming from Australia for next Christmas. Wow. They've already reached out and they're like locked in. So the camps are like bringing in people from out of state, which is just blowing our minds.
I saw our good friend Omar, Mr. Dutchyland. If you're looking at this, Omar, you need another reason to come to Orlando, you can do one of these clinics. Okay, so there you go. So
down in the stuffy Netherlands,
yeah, say that. Stuff. There you go. So awesome. Before we move on to some what I have, I'll call it some fun stuff here. Is there anything else that you would like to talk about with regards to the House of Champions before we move on to the? Yeah, trust me, I got some funny stuff here, but I just want to make sure that
I only have one thing, and it was because we talked about Keikoa, but I want to give credit to Stevie and George too. So we have 2 other people on our staff. We started with Keikoa, but we also have Stevie is our assistant coach, and I don't know if you want to talk about him a little bit.
Yeah, so Stevie has been wrestling for about 20 years. He's Scottish. He's from Scotland, and
I like him already.
Yeah,
So, there you go.
well, it's like every time he talks, I'm like, I'm watching Braveheart, and I'm like, this is awesome. So his wife is actually in the WWE, Alba Fire. She's been
Oh,
with
wow.
WWE for probably 5-ish years now, and he's done some stuff for WWE over in Europe as well. But very knowledgeable. I mean, he started coming to the Hawk to train, and we had an opening, or we realized that we needed another coach, so we put out a job listing or whatever, and we had a couple people come in and take a week to be guest coaches, stuff like that, and he absolutely blew it out of the water and just fit the culture and just the atmosphere just perfectly. And he's been with us for almost a year now.
He's just such a great addition to the team.
Yeah, so. He's awesome. So we're very, very glad that he came. And then George talking about kids, after school class, he is our kids coach, and he's been a member since day one. So almost 3 years now. And he is just super. I mean, the kids love him. The parents love him. He's done phenomenal as well. So just to have coaches that, they're doing training right now, and we're here talking to you guys. So the fact that we don't need to coach to worry about that or be there every single night, like things like that, like they are the reason why it runs so smoothly, and we're blessed to have them.
Yeah. That's awesome. I was just talking about Omar, a good friend from the Netherlands. He just said, if I would get as good as Jamie, then I'm in.
I can get you on the workout program, the meal plan, all that. Let's do it.
There you go. And the great thing about Omar is he brings snacks with him from the Netherlands. Does. So
here we go.
That's always a bonus, right? So let me. I'm sorry. I do have one final question for you. Just give me. From the time someone starts coming to the House of Champions and you see where they get to and the steps they make and the progress they make, as the owner / trainers / whatever you want to call it, how does that make you guys feel inside when you see these people get to that step where that's from where they started to where they are, and you can see it on their face that they feel like they've succeeded and they're getting better. Whether it's even just learning how to wrestle, or maybe it's just for weight loss, or maybe it's just to get more fit, or whatever it is. As someone in your position, how does that make you feel when you see these people succeed?
Yeah, I mean, it's why we do it, right? Like we, owning a wrestling school, the goal is to obviously train people how to wrestle and give them the tools and things to succeed and get, go to WWE someday, hopefully. But we didn't realize how much and how important this type of stuff would be for them. One of our key, components and the things that we really value is making moments for members. And unfortunately, wrestling, it's entertainment. So there's a lot of, darkness, a lot of stab you in the back, cutthroat, like what can I do for myself at the expense of others, like that type of stuff. And unfortunately, the people who get into it attracts a lot of, broken people that are, searching and, just kind of down on their luck, like that type of thing. So it's really cool to have those types of folks come in here and, from day one until now, you just see transformation. Obviously, they learn wrestling, but to just see how they grow in their confidence. Obviously, we're a faith-based gym, so we want them to come in and just feel the love of Christ and the fact that a lot of people have been saved, and just the transformation has been the most fulfilling thing for me, and I'm sure that you can agree as well. But it's something that wasn't necessarily expected, but it's a very pleasant surprise.
Yeah, we're like mom and dad. They call me Hawk Mom. I have it on my Instagram profile. Anyway, like that's really what a lot of them call me. And it feels that way in a good way. They come in, and I'm the marketing coach. So a lot of times they come in and talk about marketing, but they just want to come in and talk about life too, which I'm more than happy to talk about that with them. One big moment that we always live for the adult program specifically is the debut, right? Like when they get to debut on our shows. Nice. And we've had a lot of them this year. So actually there was a big class that just got debuted, and that moment's super special. I always cry because like you see them come out and they just shine and they flip the switch and they just like turn it on, and it's just such a cool full circle moment for them. As far as the kids program, though, that's just as rewarding and like a slightly, actually, it's the same way. We see the kids
Even
come
more,
in,
probably.
even more. We see the kids come in, and we hear the same thing from parents a lot. Now, this isn't all of them, but a lot of them, especially kids pro wrestling fans, it's all they like. That's all they like. Like they don't want to play basketball.
Yeah,
they don't want to play
athletes.
football.
They're not the most popular.
They love pro wrestling, and that's all they want to do. And they've never thought they'd be able to do it like until they're 18, if they're even interested in it. Then that's the common story, right? Oh, I used to love that when I was 12. Well, then it dies because it's not cool anymore. So like we get to give these 12-year-old kids a chance to go live their dream way earlier than they ever thought, hopefully fueling it to the point where it doesn't die anymore. And they come in and they're anxious, like no confidence. You know, they get bullied at school and they don't really have a ton of friends. And we see this so often. They come in and they find this community of people that all love the same thing they do. And then within weeks, we're seeing them get on the microphone because, you know, we make them cut promos every time, especially if we find out they don't like it. Oh, you're doing it every class. We get them on the microphone. We teach them how to talk. They become more comfortable. You can just see these kids like start to like just like the confidence just grows leaps and bounds. So the kids program, you can tell like when we talk about it, like it's just like it's such a special thing.
That's awesome.
That's
awesome.
Really cool.
Thank you for sharing that, guys, because that is really awesome. That if you like, you always hear the saying, if you can only, even if you only touch one person, you know, it's worth it, right? You know, but it looks like you guys are doing 50 times better than that. You know what I'm saying? So I love it. So thank you for sharing that story. That's awesome. And as always, like I said, I just want to reiterate what Renee said earlier. If with these camps that they have, even if you're not local, hey, if there's a chance that you guys are interested or you know someone that could be interested, definitely take a look at it because, hey, you know what? Why not? Try something, you know? Yeah. So, I mean, I didn't have any access to this when I was a kid. This might have been something I might have tried. You know what I'm saying?
I wish I did. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I was on my trampoline doing it. So, I mean, to have a school doing it, that's great.
Yeah. Well, the way we used to play as kids, I'm surprised we're still here. I mean, you guys all know what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? So, they don't do that anymore, you know? So, all right. Well, thanks for sharing everything about the House of Champions. Before we go tonight, though, I just have a few things. I just want to ask you guys some questions here. We're going to play around here a little bit. We have a little surprise video that we're going to show everybody here a little bit too. But at the same time, just some probably prototypical questions, Jamie and Renee, that you probably heard 1,000 times because you're in the wrestling business, but I would like to know some of the answers to. Okay. So first off, let me just get this out of the way because I want to say it out loud because I talked to Jamie about this yesterday when I saw him. The biggest misnomer that I hate when people say when they watch wrestling is say the word fake. Okay. Yes. Stop using that word fake. And I know you're probably even more stern about it than I am, but because I'm not even a wrestler, but is it scripted? Yes, we can all agree that it's scripted, but there's nothing fake about what you guys are doing. You know what I'm saying? That stuff, you better be in shape. You better know what you're doing or someone's getting hurt. So I just like to ask you guys that when you hear that word fake, I won't say it's not anger, I'm sure that comes out, but there's got to be some kind of frustration to say you just don't understand what you're talking about. Is that correct?
What do you think?
It's not fake. That's an F word in our industry.
Yeah, there you go. So,
exactly.
Yeah, it's the worst 4-letter F word that you could say, basically.
Right.
And I'll tell you, I played football all the way up through college, and pro wrestling is 10 times tougher than that ever was. It's the hardest thing I've ever done. Not only because the physical aspect, but you have to have fantastic cardio. You know, you're running, you're dropping down, you're getting yourself up, you're jumping, you're picking other people up, all while having to, you know, act and remember choreography and, you know, emote, talk to the crowd, have a character, have personality, and do everything larger than life. So, I mean, you're an athlete, you're a stuntman, you're a dancer, you're an actor, all those things all in one at the same time. And so that not only physically, but also, you know, just I guess psychologically, it's so taxing. But I mean, that's one of the things that makes it so rewarding, right? Like you'll never have the perfect match. It's so subjective because it is show business. It is entertainment. You know, one person can say that was the greatest match ever. The other person can say I hated it. You know what I mean? Because it is so much up to opinion. But that's one of the things that I think makes it so attractive is like you'll never be like, yep, I think that was perfect. I'm done practicing. I'm done training. Like I can just go out and do that every single night. The fact that, you know, there is so much room for improv, so much room for, you know, feeling out a crowd, making a connection with the crowd. It's just, I'll tell you, there's nothing that makes you feel more alive than doing it. The minutes and seconds before I come out of the curtain every single time, and I've been doing it for 9 years. I'm like, I don't want to do this. Why am I doing this? I'm gonna fail. I'm terrified. Like, can I leave? Like that type of thing. But the second that you step out of the curtain and, you know, that red light goes on and you snap into it. Like I said, there's nothing like it. You know what I mean? And I'm an introvert by trade. And so Renee will tell you that. But like the second that I come out of that curtain and I, you know, entertain the fans, that is my outlet to really just show myself and, you know, things like that. And so, people will see, you know, the me behind the scenes versus the me in front of the camera, and they're not even really it's same-ish person, but it's turned up to 1,000. You know what I mean? But
no, I get it.
But as far as the bumps and the bruises, like yes, 100%. Your body is not made to do what pro wrestling asks it to do. I have bumps, bruises, scars. I have the surgeries to tell you that. So anybody that says, you know, that it's fake and it's scripted, and, you know, I would just invite them to come to a training session and see how easy it is.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm sorry if I used the wrong word, scripted. I didn't mean it that way. I just want to make sure the word fake did not come out, because I know fake is, you know, so it's like, but yeah.
Perfectly.
Yep.
Yeah. Now this is our friend Omar asking a quick little question here, whether or not, I don't know how that is actually done. I'm assuming the business itself decides, you know, or the promote, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know Triple H does this for WWE. It's basically, all right, here's how the match is going to go, right? You know, sort of thing. Is that correct? So
I'll let you do that so I don't get blackballed.
Wait, you want me to get blackballed?
Yeah.
Hey, if you're not comfortable,
you don't have to answer it. You don't have to answer it. Trust me. So.
No, I mean, so the cat has been out of the bag for 30 years.
I'll say if
now.
you've seen WWE like Unreal on Netflix, this isn't like a giant thing. I can answer it so you don't get blackballed.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, like it's like, you know in advance who's going to win. However, I do want to say, being a part of this industry now for almost a decade and being in it for 3 years, the amount of unpredictability that happens, where things go that happen that are not supposed to happen. There are many times where it, you know, like it wasn't planned. So I say that with a caution, because that is the beauty of it. Like when I watch WWE Unreal on Netflix, I cry every episode. You can ask Nick, because like the real moments that happen in wrestling happen every single match, every show. Like when they're out there winning a belt, like they really did just achieve something. Like that was like they did their job and they got elevated and they got promoted. And that's like a real moment out there. So like I answer the question with caution, because like there's
no,
so
I get it.
To it.
Yeah, no, and it's definitely 100% like you have a goal in mind of like, this is what's going to happen. This is the result of the match. But think about like, you know, live entertainment. So like, you know, Shakespeare, you're going out and you're doing Romeo and Juliet and you have an ensemble cast. So, you know, everybody's doing that. You know, the ending of it, of where you want to go, but also you're going to be like, okay, well, we're not going to script every single line. We're kind of going to do a lot of improv and like just feel. We're going to see what the crowd thinks about it, and we're going to, you know, dictate our scenes based on that. You know, it's kind of, but we're also going to, you know, put our livelihood and our safety in each other's hands and body slam each other. You know what I mean? Like on paper, it sounds like the most ridiculous thing, and it really is. But like I said, that's what is so addicting about it.
Yeah. I think what, like, especially with what Renee was talking about of stuff happening that you couldn't plan for, regardless of what was supposed to happen. I mean, it was just a couple weeks ago when Jey Uso was wrestling WWE, and the guy he was wrestling blew out his bicep or whatever. He couldn't finish the match, and they had to make a decision on the fly of who was going to win this match now, you know? So it was sort of like, so yeah, I mean, it does happen that way, right? So it's just, but yeah. Now, Jamie, you touched on this, and I'm anxious to know this one. Okay, so here it comes. You talked about your character. Okay. I want to know, how did that come to be? Your character, how did it come to be? Where did, how did you decide on this, and the way you act as your character and stuff like that? How, what was the concept? Why did you think this was you when you came up with it?
Real quick, I saw that Dutchyland apologized, and
you're fine.
Yeah, I want to let you know, Mr. Dutchyland, that no apologies necessary, none at all. There's no heat there or anything like that. There's a great question, and it's a question that we get asked a lot. So hopefully we answered it for you. But yeah, fantastic question. What was the question?
Your character? How'd you come up with it?
Okay, yeah,
I got
you. You're all good, Omar.
I got
So Renee will tell you that it's just me turned up to 1 million. When I want to make her laugh, I just say ridiculous things and take it to the nth degree, and that's basically who Jamie Stanley is. It's just me without any inhibitions, without any filter, without any this is what you need to do. Like, it's just me, basically just raw and reckless and all those things. Would you agree with that?
I agree with that. And I'm going to add a little bit. I know this is your question, but I help coach, like I do the marketing for the students there. And
sorry. That's our good friend, Doug. I was waiting for him to give me a one-liner here. So there it is. So, yeah.
Oh my goodness. But it's a common thing you hear in wrestling, like take yourself and turn it up to 1,000. It's tough to do. I understand the sentiment. It's a little tough because, like, for Nick or Jamie, I know Nick's his real name. There we go. So, like, I can't call him Jamie. But for Nick, when he's out there, you can't look at him and be like, well, he's not really an arrogant, cocky jerk. Like, that's how can that be him? How can that be him turned up to 1,000? Well, you're like, well, no, not that part. The part that's turned up to 1,000 is his dryness in his dad jokes. Like, the amount of ridiculous things he says in his character. That's the part that comes out. Now, he's a heel. He's a bad guy. So, yeah, he has to be a cocky jerk. But you take the element that's natural in the human, and then you just, like, put what's the saying I'm looking for? My brain's dead. Put gasoline on the fire. There we go. To make it skyrocket on the character.
Right.
Yeah. And so, you take inspirations from a lot of different places, whether it's wrestling or, film, TV, music, friends, family, whatever it is. So for me, I actually had, the character of Deadpool really resonates with me because he's someone that is very
without the cursing. Somebody that's very sarcastic, doesn't ever take anything seriously, like breaks the fourth wall a lot. And so I put a lot of that into my character to where I think it 9 times out of 10, I'm a heel. And so I'm saying I'm doing heelish things, but also I want to be an entertaining heel that is something that separates myself from all of the other, heels in the industry. So that's something that is me personally. It's kind of a character trait of mine. And so to put that into wrestling and to, turn it up to 1,000, not only is it something that kind of differentiates me, but it's something that is fun to me because I laugh at myself at how ridiculous I can get.
Yeah. I've seen it. I've seen some of your promos, my friend. And that leads me to this. Now, I talked to Renee about this. Jamie, I'm going to put you on the spot here. Okay.
Uh-oh.
So I am going to lead you into a promo here. Okay. And this is going to be great. I've been waiting forward to this. I told Cakes this was my plan. And
he's been waiting on this for like a week.
I have been, this is and I'm going to pretend like, I'm interviewing you behind the scenes. You're getting ready to go to your wrestling match here. And I just need you to do a full-on character for us and just give us whatever answer you want. You know what I'm saying? And we'll leave it at that. How's that sound? Do you think we can do that?
There's only one way to find out, I guess.
All right, there we go. I love it. So here we go. All right, so we'll sort of set the scene. We're behind the scenes. You're getting ready. Your match is going to start in 5 minutes here, blah, blah. And I'll just be like, okay, so here we go. Hey, I'm backstage here with Jamie Stanley. Cakes and Kenny J threw out the challenge to you, my friend, for a handicap, no holds barred match. Why would you ever agree to do this?
Well, first of all, I never agreed to do this. My wife here roped me into it because she said that I'd be getting paid. So I'm waiting for that check first and foremost. Hopefully it comes in the mail. I have PayPal, I have Cash App, I have Venmo. Second of all, Kenny J, if that is your real name, and Cakes, I know that's not your real name. You don't you don't approach me and just call me Jamie Stanley. First of all, I am that dude, Jamie Stanley. You see this right here? This is called America's Jawline. Patent pending. So when you address me, you better come correct, okay? Because I'm the most handsome, talented, charismatic, and humble man in all of pro wrestling. Okay, I'm the reason why you have all of your members here on your screen right now. Because if I wasn't here, sorry, Miss Renee, there probably wouldn't be any viewers. Okay, so a handicap match. Well, first of all, any match that I'm involved in is a handicap because I mean, look at me. First of all, I'm adorable. Their words, not mine. So I'm just regurgitating what they're saying. Second of all, I mean, look, see that. I'm not even doing that. That's voluntary. That's pure sexiness. That's pure machismo and charisma just oozing out of me. I wake up in the morning and I can't help it. I try to be what I call a normie, a normal person, but it's so hard. It's a gift and a curse that like people want to follow me. They want my autograph. They want me to come on their podcasts. They want to make statues out of me because of my chiseled jawline, America's Jawline pending. And I know that I've been going on this promo probably longer. How long have I been going? It doesn't matter. I can talk for hours and you guys would be absolutely captivated. So at the end of the day, yeah, I'm in a handicap match. It's no holds barred. It doesn't matter because when I step outside that curtain, I'm going to do what I do every single time, which is bash nerds. And I'm going to be absolutely adorable while doing it because I am greatness. I am excellence. I am that dude, Jamie Stanley. And Jamie Stanley wins at every single thing that he does. Deal with it.
Very nice.
Dude, I'm tearing up here. That was so freaking good.
That was great.
I was about ready to cut you off in between and say, yeah, this is Kenny J. I changed my mind. I'm out.
Yeah. Usually that's how it works.
Oh my god!
So this is the type of stuff that she has to live with 24/7.
You know, I was laughing at you, my friend, and what you were saying. And of course, I was laughing at Renee too because she's just over like, "What are you doing?"
That was great. That's
the funny thing is, she could probably cut a Jamie Stanley promo and recite it word for word because she's heard it so many times.
Oh, really?
I'm not gonna.
I thought that was a challenge, so it's just like okay, still, but it's all good. It's all good. So let me ask you one quick question. Obviously, you're in the wrestling business. You've had to have been a fan pretty much your whole life. I would like to think in that sense, in order to actually try and get in this, maybe. But is there one wrestler over the years that you really looked up to or wanted to emulate in a sense of how they did their job as a professional wrestler?
Yeah, there's definitely a couple. Obviously, I grew up in the Attitude Era, so like The Rock, obviously on the mic, like there's nobody like him, and he was just so captivating, so entertaining, so electrifying, as he would say. That he would literally talk people into the stage, into the arena, and his mic skills and his character and his persona and his charisma is the reason why he was so successful. So I tend to gravitate towards people like that. Another one obviously is the GOAT, Hulk Hogan. Not a person that was known for his crazy technical ability, but he made you feel something. He had this larger than life character and persona that transcended wrestling, and everybody knows who Hulk Hogan is, whether they know the name or if they see him, they're like, yeah, that's the Hulkster. Like everybody knows who he is. Ric Flair is one of them too. A lot of people, Dusty Rhodes. You can sense there's a trend here. They're people who, they knew them for their wrestling, but their catchphrases, their one-liners, their promos, things like that. The people that could make a connection with the audience. Nowadays, like a Randy Orton. I love Randy Orton because he makes he makes a connection with the fans, and there's nobody else like him. So and that's something that I really try to really get over with my members as well. It's like I did the same thing. They want to come in and they want to learn all these cool moves and do all that type of stuff, which is great. And they need to have the fundamentals, and they need to be able to have a safe, fun match to where they can be trusted. But doing a drop kick and a backflip and all, that's great, but that's not what's going to make a connection with the audience. What's going to make a connection with the audience is your character and your personality. And also, chances are if they do a backflip, it's not as good as the guy that's doing it on TV. You know what I mean? So They don't want to see a second-rate version of that guy. You know, you can't emulate that. But what they can do that sets them apart is they have their own personality, they have their own character traits, their persona, something that other people cannot emulate. You know, there's only one of them ever. So that's the thing that can separate them and differentiate them and make a connection with the crowd and the audience. And that's why I've been so successful. It's not because of my amazing wrestling skills. It's because of my ridiculousness and promos and character and personality that I just told you guys. Like that is the reason why I have gotten in the door from so many companies and have been blessed with so many opportunities. You know, like the famous thing that everybody says is like, you can't control a lot of things in wrestling because it is show business, it is entertainment, but you can control your persona, you can control your body and the way that your fitness looks and things like that. And you know, the way that you present yourself, you can control your gear, you know, your the stuff that you wear inside the ring and outside the ring, and you can control your attitude. So that is something that I really pride myself on. And yeah, just I've gotten so many opportunities because of my character, my persona, my promos, and the way that I take care of my body.
That's awesome. Renee, other than your husband, do you have a favorite? You have a favorite wrestler out there?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter, right? So there it is. I knew it was coming. So.
I want to hear about it.
I set you up, Jamie. I set you up big time on that.
Hey, I used to watch it with Papa Ronnie. You know,
yeah, Ronnie. Yes.
Yes. Like
yes. Everyone knows Ron. You know, small town or not, everybody 5 counties over knew who Ron was.
So that's right here.
Yeah, they never got to meet Ronnie. And you know, our daughter's name is Ronnie after him.
Yeah. That's right.
But, yeah, I grew up watching it with him, Monday Night Raw. So like when him and I first met, the night we met, was it the night? No, the night he told me he was training to be a pro wrestler. He was so scared to tell me. And I said, oh, well, I used to love Booker T. I could do a mean spinneroonie. Like, so I was a big
Booker T. Oh boy.
I loved Booker T and I loved Chris Jericho. Those were my 2 favorites.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Cakes, any favorite wrestlers from the past or current?
Oh geez. Hulk Hogan, of course. Loved Rowdy Piper. Loved that whole interaction. See, I'm way old school. Andre the Giant, Junkyard Dog, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, all those guys. Yeah. Those are the guys I grew up on every Saturday morning, man. It's just, it was like watching a cartoon, but awesome.
I was telling Renee about that. I remember Saturdays at noon, where we were. Saturdays at noon, you had your Saturday WWF back then, whatever. And the matches were always a superstar versus somebody you've never heard of before. And it was just a butt kicking, you know what I'm saying? So it was just like, but I used to do. I love how she brought up the spinneroonie because one of my favorite wrestlers growing up was the Honky Tonk Man. Yeah. Big time, and he used to do his thing with his guitar there, and just the fact that he would just smash his guitar over someone's head, it was just like, so classic. Yeah, absolutely. That was my upbringing, but of course the Attitude Era really got me hooked into wrestling. I was big into Hulk Hogan and the Macho Man and those guys back in the early WrestleMania days, Ultimate Warrior, big fan. But then when that Attitude Era came out and you had the Monday Night Wars, that was crazy times, man. I mean, it was unbelievable. So, I mean, this was before, you had picture in picture. You had to have 2 TVs in the room so you could watch both of them at the same time.
I remember doing that.
Yeah, you didn't watch both of them. You were loyal.
Yeah, I was very strictly WCW. I hated WWF back then. Yeah. I mean, I was NWO through and through, and Sting and DDP and all of them. I was a WCW boy. Yes.
For a while there, WCW was the place to watch. WWE or F whatever. That was nothing next to WCW there for a few years, man.
They were kicking their butts in the ratings there for a while.
Yeah,
so.
They were for over 83 weeks. Yeah, for about a year and a half almost.
Yeah,
so,
got the weeks down. So,
and WCW was a lot more family friendly, and so I was a little bit younger during then, so that was the only one that I was really able to watch, and I just fell in love with it, and I became very loyal. But great memories, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Monday Night Wars, those are classic stuff. Okay, all right. I know it's already past 8:00, but before we leave tonight, I just want to give everyone a little backdrop story here. Yesterday, I went over to House of Champions. I did a little little video footage. We did a short that I know most people have seen that we put that out there. But Jamie got me in the ring, everybody. So, and I know, Jamie, you can make fun of me as much as you want because I can tell you I got no skills when it comes to wrestling. But he was able to put a few moves on me in the ring. We actually have footage of it. And once we see this footage, Jamie and Renee, go ahead and give me your critiques and let me, be brutally honest. That's fine. And if anyone complains about the camera work, just know Renee was filming it. Okay, so just so without further ado, let's get Kenny J in the ring. Cakes, go ahead and roll the footage, baby.
Hey, this is Kenny J from the 927 with Cakes and Kenny J, and I am here at the House of Champions with the man, Jamie Stanley, right here. And as you can see, I put on my Michigan gear because I believe Jamie's a Spartan. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, so now he's really going to take it out on me, but we're in the ring. We're at the place of business. So, Jamie, what are we going to do here today?
Well, since you wore your Michigan shirt, we're going to have lots of fun. I hope you brought a nice bag.
Lily, did you bring an ice bag? Okay, thank you. All right, so we're going to see what happens here. Get ready for some laughs, people. Here we go.
So, the very fundamentals of pro wrestling, the first thing that we teach our new students, very easy, it's called a body slam.
Okay.
Have you ever taken a body slam?
I have never taken a body slam before. This will be my first official one. Let's put it that way.
That's why we're here.
That's right. That's
All
right.
right, so this is what you do.
Okay.
That easy.
Oh my lord! And Kenny J survived everybody, so there we go.
So, the next thing that we do is called a sleeper hold. I hope you're ready. It doesn't matter. We're going.
Okay, here we go.
And here we go. And there we go. And go to sleep. And go to sleep. Go to sleep. Yep. Yep. That's it. Yep. That's. You'll be okay.
Well, after 2 moves, Kenny J's tapping out. Man, that's enough. Jamie, take it easy on me next time, okay?
Hey,
So,
thanks for coming.
All
Maybe
right.
wear a different shirt next time.
that is true. And don't forget, people, House of Champions, check them out on Instagram, online. Find out what they offer. Not just kids, but adults also. Bring it to Jamie, man. Let's do this, okay?
Nice.
That was awesome. I love it.
Jamie, first off, I just want to say thank you for. I got to believe you took it easy on me a little bit, even though I did feel it after it was all said and done. But do you think if I were to, as a near 50-year-old, could I make some future moves here? You think could I make some progress? You think even at my age at this point?
I mean,
So-
I'm telling you, we have members that are up there, and I know that people are still wrestling well into their 50s, 60s, even 70s. So I will say, there is some work to do, but if I ever need a 50-year-old tag team partner, I know who I'm calling.
Awesome. There we go. I love it.
That's all you, brother.
In all seriousness, I thank you for doing that. I think that was great. I had never, other than stepping into the ring when you first opened up there, that was the first time I ever actually went up against the ropes and stuff like that. And, you know what? That, again, like we talked about earlier, that's crazy. Even the ropes, there's no, there's, if you've never felt that, they call them ropes, but man, it's pretty close to barbed wire. I like this. That's what I was joking about because, you can feel the ropes, so it's just,
It's funny. Like when you first start to learn the ropes, you actually get calluses on the back of your on your back where you hit it every single time, and your skin kind of toughens up. But like I said, nothing in there is natural. Your body is not made to do any of that. So congrats on surviving.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And Renee, thank you for the extra padding because I wasn't too sure about that until I landed on it. I was like, thank God she put that thing down. But all in all, again, thank you. I just want to point out, our good friend Doug, who's from a Pennsylvania guy, he's been waiting to see that. We didn't. He was asking for you to do something to me before we even did it. He didn't even know we actually did it, So, but yeah, he got a good chuckle out of that. But no, thank you very much for doing that. And before we say goodnight, first off, I just want to thank you both for agreeing to come on here tonight. I had such an unbelievably great time. I'm telling you, it was to learn as much as I did about your business, your background in wrestling. And of course, Renee, I've known you my whole life, and now that we live literally, it's weird that we're both from Bark River. Now we're 5 minutes away in Bark River. Now we're 5 minutes away down here in Florida. You know what I'm saying? So it's great. And I definitely want to take it up. One thing we did not talk about before I leave, I just want to make sure you guys do live shows too, correct? So where people can actually come. Can you touch on that just really quick for anyone that would be interested? I forgot to bring that up earlier.
Yeah, absolutely. We do monthly student shows, and our next one is April 15th at the Hawk. So that's on our website as well. The entire schedule for the rest of the year. But once again, like I said, one of the most fulfilling things for the members, and also for friends and family to come out, and local, fans, things like that, to come and show support. It's one of the things that we didn't necessarily think was going to get this big, but it's a big production now, and everybody's looking forward to it. So April 15th is our next one, and we're looking forward to it. And I mean, you're right around the corner, man. You should stop through if you're available.
Yeah. We have friends in our Disney community that are coming down in June. I just saw the question. Any beginning in June? I'd love to see Doug in there. It's just like, if you've never met them, but trust me, that would be some hilarious stuff. But
Oh my goodness.
and any final thoughts before we say goodnight? Anything that, for anyone that's even watching the replay of this, any last words you want to talk about with regards to House of Champions that you want to throw out there before we sign off for tonight?
I know we talked about what we have, but our North Star as a business is we make dreams a reality. So if you're watching and you're like, oh, well, I, never be a pro wrestler, or, I don't have a kid that wants to be a pro wrestler, but I've always wanted to try it. We mean that. We have had parents, we've made them ring announcers. We have had uncles who we have put as managers
And refs.
When we're all about the moment. So if you have this dream of stepping in a ring one day, just reach out. We'll find something for you.
First class is free.
Oh, even better. I like that. I like that referee idea, or maybe just maybe I can just be the bell ringer or something like
there
that.
you go.
That's a pretty safe job.
There's no excuse for me. I live 5 minutes from your business. I should be able to do something for you guys. So I gotta step it up. You're right.
We'd love to have you.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but again, thank you guys very much for being with us here tonight. I want to thank everyone in chat. I hope you guys enjoyed this show. I think it was hilarious. It was great. It was very informative and heartwarming at the same time for doing what you guys are doing with your Christian faith behind you in this business. That goes a long way in this day and age, and I'm so proud that you guys are doing it that way. So as a fellow Christian myself, I can't say enough that what you guys are doing, not only to make life better, but to put God first at the same time, is a truly great thing to see in this day and age. So I want to thank you for that. So.
Thank you. That's why we do it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
No, absolutely. You guys, we're gonna take you off stage here for right now, but stick around for 1 second. We're gonna sign off, and we'll get back to you here as soon as the show ends here. Okay. So, but thank you guys very much for joining us tonight, everyone. Thanks, Jamie. Thanks, Renee. God bless you guys. We'll see you in a little bit. Okay. You bet. Cakes. Holy smokes.
Dude, that was awesome. Mainly because I didn't have to do anything. Sit here and laugh.
Yeah, I know.
Enjoy the story. That was awesome.
That was great. I'm so happy they came in. And if there's any way you guys want to help support the business, I'm sure there's a way to do it. If you like what they stand for and what they're doing for people out there, visit their website, visit their Instagram. The links have been flying through all night here. And then I got to remind myself, once we sign off, I got to go back into the actual YouTube clip and put their links in there in the description too, to make sure that people can find that. So, but it was great talking to Jamie. His highlights of the night, I'm telling you, was him doing his promo. That was great. It
was really good. He's a real deal, man. I love it.
I love it. And it's great to learn that much more about the wrestling business. And again, to our mods, to everyone else, Dutchyland, Doug, everyone that's in chat, Fred O'Malley, Queen Dorina, everyone. I can't. Debbie's in there still. Everyone, thank you so much for being here tonight. I know this is not a normal show for us, but I thought it was a great one, and it was something a little bit different, so I love it. I subscribed also because I'm scared for Jamie. So.
We need to have him on more often. We'll get more subs that way.
Yeah, there you go. Absolutely. So
I love it.
Awesome. Well, Cakes, I'll let you do your thing, man. But thanks for working with me and having this show. I think it was a great time. So
yeah, it was awesome, man. I want to thank the House Champions, you guys, for being here. It was awesome. Glad you came on and gave us a good interview. It was a lot of fun. I learned a bunch of stuff I never even knew before. I'm going to be honest. And Brett brought back a lot of memories from, like we said, the WCW days and the early WWF days. It was fun thinking of that stuff again. But Kenny, thanks for putting this one together, man.
Absolutely.
It was a really good time. I really enjoyed that, man.
Yeah,
mainly because I didn't have to do anything.
We needed a night off, so there you go.
No, great people. Sounds like they have a great thing going down there, and I wish them nothing but the best. It's awesome. The whole thing with the kids and and the adults too, and having Christ involved, it doesn't get much better than that. So, but thanks everybody for being here tonight. Chat wise, as always, we'll be back next Thursday at 7:00. And yes, have some.
It's